everyone, and welcome to the program. This is Business Morning, Wednesday, the 16th of April. Let's get started with the, get started on Twitter, where Eco Electricity Distribution Company rolled out this Twitter to the this tweet on Twitter to the customers a few minutes ago, and this is what it read. It says, "Dear valued customer, there has been a total system collapse of the TCN, that's Transmission Company of Nigeria's national grid, as confirmed by NCC Osogbo. Massive efforts have been ongoing to effect repairs and restore supply. For now, all our substations are on station supply, but restoration has commenced. Apologies." That's what you may have noticed earlier today. A total collapse of Nigeria's national grid, Transmission Company of Nigeria's infrastructure under pressure, and that story that's happening as we speak. Power companies are apologizing to consumers because of the problem with TCN, Transmission Company of Nigeria. That's the company that is in charge of the entire national grid, including those what you call high-tension wires, cables that you see across the country. Says there's a problem there, and there's been a total system collapse. But that's been worked on to restore power supply. Let's get into what's also breaking as we speak. The Bureau of Statistics released March inflation data early today, about 2 hours ago, showing Nigeria's headline inflation down to 11.25%, in line with some of the estimates from 11.3% in the previous month of February. That's year-on-year figure on the left side of your TV screen. If you're looking at the graphics, the year-on-year, 13.47%, now 13.45%. And then, okay, sorry, folks, let's just recap that, sorry. Let's just say that's food index you're looking at. Let's go back to the headline inflation. That is coming through. Thank you. That's 11.25% for the month of March. Previously, that was 11.31% in February. Year-on-year figure on the right side of your screen of that page, you can see the month-on-month showing inflation actually moved up slightly to 0.79% in the month of March over the month of February. Go to food inflation, and you see that gentle tapering there from 13.47% to 13.45% in bold print there for you. On the right side, you see inflation month-on-month up from 0.82% in small print in last February to 0.88% at the end of March. Let's talk about core inflation. That's the third page, that's where we're going. And you can look at the core inflation also down year-on-year from 9.80% to 9.50%, and on a month-on-month basis, also down to 0.53% from 0.965% in the month of February. Look at the urban inflation. That's inflation, tracking inflation across Nigeria's cities and major towns as provided by the Statistics Office. 11.54% print the month of March. Year-on-year, that's down from 11.59%. When you look at the right side of the page, you're seeing 0.81%, bit higher than 0.76% in the previous month. That's month-on-month on the right side of your screen, and on the left side is your year-on-year inflation print. Look at the rural index. Scrolling up there, on the left side, you find the current figure, 10.99%. That's a little bit down from 11.05% in the previous year, year-on-year. Then on the right side, you find a 0.77% month-on-month, 0.06% higher than the previous month of February, where we saw 0.71%. So let's go to states by states, a bit of a summary of how inflation stacks up in the month of March. You look at the all items inflation, the highest inflation print was in Kebbi State, 14.65%, Zamfara State, 13.15%, and Taraba State, 12.98%. On the right side, you find Kwara, Cross River, and Delta States as the states with the slowest pace of inflation. Kwara State, 9.84%, Cross River, 9.6%, and Delta, 9.6% as well. Single-digit inflation across those three states. But look at the month-on-month, and that's what you see there coming up. Kogi State, Plateau State, and Lagos reporting the highest month-on-month inflation reading, and Nasarawa, Kwara, and Enugu State reporting the slowest month-on-month inflation reading. So let's look at food. That's what it all boils down to, isn't it? This is your food inflation for the month under review. Kebbi State, Niger State, and Kwara State reporting the highest food inflation, while Bauchi State, Delta, and Ogun State were reporting this lowest figure. But you look at it on month, and that is coming up. You see Kogi State, Lagos, and Plateau State, and Oyo State as the highest month-on-month food inflation reading. So food inflation is up 2.11% in Lagos State last month, but the state with the lowest food inflation on the right side of your TV screen. Imo and Nasarawa State, 0.12%, Enugu State, 0.1%, and Bayelsa, even a positive reading of 0.01%. Inflation is, food inflation, the lowest in Bayelsa State, 0.01%. That's a summary of the latest inflation numbers from the Statistics Office. Let's take it to, let's talk about the marketplace. Stock market is still in the throes of negative sentiments, and that seems to be catching on with the unlisted securities market. But a quiet Monday as well to start off on the FI and the FX market streets. Temple Ashaju is here now from the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where I still is. Temple, let's leave the inflation data a little bit later. Take us through yesterday's market headline figures. Good morning.
So the market was actually getting, good morning, Bosin. The market was actually in green up until last minute trading that we saw on Dangote Cement, where we saw a bit of sell down, and that actually lowered the performance of the market. Because if you take a look at the positive sentiment that we saw in the market, the market breadth had 26 gainers versus 17 losers in the market. So of course, we had 63 other companies remained unchanged in terms of their performance. So we saw the market in terms of activity level dipping below the average. We saw 4% decline in volume and 10% decline actually in terms of the value of transactions. Well, but remember that in terms of equity capitalization, we shared some 79.95 billion naira in total yesterday in the market. So in terms of the trades now yesterday, we saw Sovereign Trust Insurance recording the highest gains or the highest trades in the market on 4 million units of the shares traded for a value of 11 million naira. That's what we saw yesterday. Now, if you take a look at the sectoral performance, only 3 sectors were in gains yesterday, 2 others were in losses. The banking segment of the market and oil and gas were the 2 key sectors that dragged the market the most yesterday. But of course, that was more lifted by Dangote Cement, which came in much lower, at some 1.59%. So the banking segment, on account of losses in UBA, FBN Holdings, and ETI, that segment actually dragged the market. Oil and gas, on account of some declines that we saw on O&O by some 1.02%, pulled down the market. Consumer goods segment of the market, a lot of the numbers and names that actually lost on Friday basically recorded gains on Monday, and that's PZ, PLC, Nigerian Breweries, for example, went on bid, kind of gaining some 6.31% yesterday in the markets. May & Baker, Cadbury, all of these companies actually made some gains. The industrial goods segment was up some 0.56%, because CCNN and First Aluminium rising the most on that side of the market. And for insurance segment, we have Chi PLC, that's actually Consolidated Hallmark PLC. It's an insurance company, not a food company. It was down yesterday by some 8.33%, and Sovereign Trust Insurance, which was also was actually up. Chi PLC was up yesterday 8.33%, and Sovereign Trust Insurance was flat. For the oil and gas stocks, the only company that actually experienced some movement yesterday was O&O. As I said earlier, it closed at 4 naira 85 kobo, having moved some 1.02% to the negative territory yesterday. In total, for the entire volume of transactions that we saw on the oil and gas segment of the market yesterday, was 1.3 million units of shares traded. And of course, O&O actually recorded 967,000 plus in the entire trades there. But if you look at the NASDOTC, which is the unlisted securities market, you got a decline of 0.62%. The USI, which is the unlisted securities index, is still hovering around the 724.33 psychological position. You have a market capitalization of 520 billion naira, which is still positive, and of course, 969 volume units of shares actually traded there in the market for the NASDOTC. Now, for the debt market, you got bonds being very bullish. You got treasury bills quite mixed yesterday, but with, of course, some negative tilts, because again, OMO operations by the CBN continue to be paused, and of course, you had some FX outflows yesterday that actually constrained liquidity on that side of the market, both.
Thank you. We'll be right back in one.